So we've got factors and multiples. Factors are the pairs of numbers that times together to make the original. So for example, the factors of 30 would be 1 times 30, 2 times 15, 3 times 10, 4 won't go, 5 times 6, 6 times 5, so I'm now looped back round again and I've got them all. So all of these numbers are all factors of 30. And it's best if you can count them in order like that. It will make it easier to make sure you've definitely got them all. The next one is multiples. So the multiples are the times tables for the number. So the times tables or the multiples of 5 are 5, 10, and we start with the original, 15, 20, 25, and so on, and they actually keep going forever. There's an infinite number of them. Then we have the prime factors. So these are factors that are prime numbers. So we can write every number as lots of different prime numbers multiplied together. So to do this, any prime factors, we're making those cherry trees. So from 4, we're saying what prime numbers times together to make 4. So first of all, the prime numbers, you should know all of the prime numbers. They are numbers with only 2 factors. So they don't go into any other times table apart from their own. 1 is not a prime number. So the prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, and so on. So we're looking for prime numbers that multiply together to make 4, and that would be 2 times 2. They're both prime numbers, and therefore my answer is that 2 times 2 makes 4. I'm doing the same for 20, so any 2 numbers that times together to make 20, I could choose 4 times 5. 5 is a prime number, but 4's not, but I can rewrite 4 as 2 times 2. So this is the same as saying 2 times 2, and we try and write them in numerical order, times 5. 48, I'm looking for 2 numbers that times to make 48. So I could do 24 times 2, and 2 is a prime number. And then I've got 24 is the same as 12 times 2, and 2 is a prime number. This is the same as 6 times 2, which is a prime number. And this is the same as 3 times 2, which are both prime numbers. So 48 could be written as 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, so 4 times, and then times by 3. And you can also use your indices if you want to, and you could write them like that as well. The lowest common multiple and the highest common factor, they are using your multiples and your factors that we've just looked at. So when you've got 2 numbers, you can find out of all of the multiples that they have, so out of these lists, which is the lowest one that's common to both numbers or both lists, and then from the factors, which is the highest number that is the same in both lists. So if you had some numbers like, for example, 4 and 5, you could do this more easily. So for the multiples, we've got 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, and so on. For 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and so on. And we can see there that we've got a common multiple. We're looking for the lowest one possible because the highest one will just keep going on forever. So the lowest common multiple would be 20. When we come to do the factors of 4 are 1 times 4, 2 times 2. And the factors of 5 are 1 times 5. And that's it, it's a prime number. And therefore the highest of all of those factors that is the same is 1. So the highest common factor would be 1. So if it's a small enough number, we can do it like that. But sometimes you're going to get much larger ones, and when you do, we need to use the prime factorization, which is these factor trees. So we're going to have 20 and 124, and we're going to split them into their prime numbers. So 20 could be written as 4 times 5, which is a prime number, and then this is 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 times 5. When I do the 124, I've got 2, which is a prime number, times by 62. And then I've got 31 times by 2. And 31 is actually also a prime number, so I could write that as 2 times 2 times 31. Then I can create a Venn diagram. So I have 2 circles, one for the number 20 and one for the number 124. And we can see that we've got a 2 in both of them, so I'm going to write a 2 in the middle. And we've actually got a second 2 in both of them, so I can also write that in the middle. Then I've got a 5 left over only in the 20s, and I've got a 31 left over but only in the 124. So to find the highest common factor, it's everything that's in this shared area. So the highest common factor is 2 times 2. So you multiply all the numbers in that section together. And then to find the lowest common multiple, you multiply all of the numbers in every single section. So in all of the sections together, so 5 times 2 times 2 times 31. And that will give you your lowest common multiple, which you can then use your calculator to work out.